Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about what I'm seeing in the marketplace being a different trend in this April 2020 period that we're in right now, and I want to make sure that you are ready for it. If you're reading financial news, marketplace news, you're seeing that hiring is picking up. You're seeing the Wall Street Journal say that CFOs are seeing their revenues, they're predicting their revenues are going to rise this year in 2021. Bloomberg, CNBC are saying that a lot of people are going to make job changes this year and capitalize on what they're seeing as movement in the marketplace. And McKinsey, Price Waterhouse, they're predicting merger and acquisition activity to increase by quite a bit this year, specifically healthcare, technology, and other areas. So what particularly is the trend that I'm seeing this April that I haven't seen in past years? Before I tell you the trend, I want to give you some context. So I've been operating Chameleon Resumes since 2009, and prior to that, I was a search firm recruiter for 13 years. And so, I've seen some patterns. I've seen some, normal movement in a particular year or compared to other years. There's always been some trends. And clearly last year, just upended any patterns that we've seen. And I don't believe that this year is going to be any different. It's upending also the patterns that we're seeing. And what we're seeing is typically prior to 2020, there was always a hiring frenzy in the first quarter. From January to March, there was always that New Year hiring frenzy. The new budgets were open. Bonuses were given, so people were ready to make a move. And so there was always a ton of hiring activity that happened in the first quarter. Now, hiring still happened in the quarter of 2021, don't get me wrong. It was still a really busy time of year, but it wasn't the normal frenetic feel. And I'm finding that it's starting to happen now. Companies are, seeing hope. Individuals are seeing hope. And, whether, now clearly I'm speculating here, whether it's due to, an exhaustion of being in a quarantine situation, and whether it's due to the vaccines now being more prolific in being distributed to, individuals and opening up more. It could be for a variety of reasons, right? But companies are reinventing and they need staff to do that. Companies are reopening and they need staff to do that. Companies are expanding and they're needing staff to do that. They're merging and acquiring, and they're needing staff to do that. So hiring is now picking up. And individuals are ready to re-enter the marketplace. So it's sort of a clash of the two forces, both the employers being ready to hire and the candidates now being ready to look. So competition is picking up, hiring is picking up, and that's the trend that I want you to be ready for, because typically in the past years, by the time April rolled around, everyone was always a little tired from the first quarter frenzy that things would slow down, April, May, June. And while we're all still tired, obviously, and pandemic fatigue has been written about now this time of year, and it is a real thing, we're also reinvigorated by this hope, I believe. And it is making people look. It is making companies expand. It is making companies, they have to reopen. So things are happening, and I want to make sure you're ready. I want to make sure your resume is ready. And so I have my resume templates that I've designed that are ATS digestible, that have tons of directions, easy directions for you to follow, and make sure that your resume is ready. You don't even have to be in an active search. Despite the news sources saying that, I think it's like 1/3 to 40% roughly of job seekers or of employees are going to be looking for a new job this year. You don't have to be one of those 40%, but if you get a call from a recruiter, or if a dream job shows up in your inbox or on your phone, right, as a message, because somebody's calling you or they ping you on LinkedIn, you should have your resume ready. You want to make sure that you can capitalize on that opportunity that is happening now in this marketplace. So you can be a passive job seeker and have your document ready. And if you're an active job seeker, you obviously need to have it ready, and you need to have it the best way it can be. So you're going to want to make sure that you go down below in the description and get the templates that I've designed. I have testimonials that show that they've helped people land jobs quickly, land interviews quickly. So make sure that you are ready, because things are changing, and they're changing for the better. And I think we're finally coming out of this, and I want to make sure that you're ready to capitalize on it. So I hope this has helped. And if you've liked this video, I'm going to ask you to like it. If you know of somebody who can use this inspiration, and by watching it, I'm going to ask you to share the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel so you don't miss next week's video, I'm going to ask you to subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com or leave a comment below. I read and reply to every email, and I look forward to you grabbing your set of the templates. Take good care.